Hey, it's Kay. Hope you're feeling cute today. I recently went on a Hong Kong trip with my friends, and if you missed it, I actually shared 20 things that you can do in Hong Kong. On this video, we're going to add more things to do in Hong Kong, specifically Disneyland, what to ride and line up for, what to eat, and some tips on how to make the most of your day there. Plus a few more spots in Hong Kong that we missed in the previous video. Disneyland has so many rides and attractions, and if you only have one day to explore like us, it's going to be hard to do everything. So today I'll share 10 tips on how to make the most of it. Number 1 is to go early. Since we didn't have an express pass, we went to Disneyland early by taking the bus to Hong Kong Station, then we took the MTR to Sunny Bay Station, then transferred to the Disneyland Resort line to go to the park itself. Number 2 is to buy a Disney headband before going if you want to save money and time lining up. Me and my friends decided to dress up as Disney princesses for Disneyland, and we also bought the headbands ahead of time because we knew it was going to be expensive to buy at the park, and honestly the headbands that we got were so much cuter. Number 3 is to explore the park and take cute pictures while it's still early. Since it's summer in Hong Kong, it was so hot, and after a few hours of walking, we were already so sweaty and tired. But thankfully, we already got to take cute IG pictures when we arrived. Number 4 is to keep an eye out for shows and Disney characters walking around the park. It's always so fun to see Disney characters in real life, especially when they're singing and performing. Also, did you know about the Disney hug rule? I don't know if this only applies to kids, but if you hug a Disney character at Disneyland, they won't let go until you do. I've seen so many adorable TikToks on this and it was so cute, but just remember to be respectful and mind your boundaries because they might be dressed up as Disney characters, but they're also just humans. Tip number 5 is to buy a Disneyland food voucher. Food at Disneyland can be super expensive, so if you have a tight budget on your trip expenses, you might want to buy a food voucher from travel apps like Klook. The food voucher includes 1 lunch set, 1 snack, and 1 dinner set, and you can choose from different food options at the park. You also don't need to buy 1 voucher per person because each meal was big enough for sharing. We were a group of 5 girls, but we only bought 3 food vouchers and we were still so full. Number 6 is to make a list of attractions that you want to prioritize. Honestly, the only place that I really wanted to visit here was World of Frozen because they didn't have this at Tokyo Disney Resort when I visited last year. The entire World of Frozen was so beautiful, and I can say that lining up for these 2 rides were totally worth it.
Anna saved her sister with an unselfish act of true love.
Number 7. Don't skip the It's a Small World ride at Hong Kong Disneyland. Here you'll see the children from all over the world singing in their own languages. It's such a cute experience, that's all I can say.
Natatakot ako sa mga kambing.
The RC Racer at Toy Story Land is also a must. This is also one of the rides that you shouldn't miss at Hong Kong Disneyland. It was so much fun and I would definitely ride it again. We just finished riding this, I don't know what it's called. It's like a race car, tapos parang siyang Vikings na ganun. Grabe, oh my gosh. I would rate it probably 9/10. Medyo nabitan ako. Next, we're gonna try this soldier drop ride. Ayan, cute yung dalawa dyan. Tip number 8 is to don't forget to wear sunscreen and sunblock all over your body and face. Spending time under the sun is good for the skin, but too much is bad. Since many of the rides and waiting areas are outdoors, sun protection is essential. Otherwise, you might find yourself buying an umbrella for 3 times the price you'd pay outside the park. How would you rate that ride, Giselle?
I rate it like 5/5. No, 3.
3/5?
Because it's just a very
so anticlimactic.
and it's scorching hot.
Mami, how would you rate that ride?
That ride was super easy, but it's so hot. It's scorching hot.
Scorching hot. Like
Tip number 9, if you're going around September to November, you might be able to catch their Halloween specials. Keep an eye out for Disney friends giving out candy. Just hit them with your best trick or treat and you'll get some treats.
Trick or treat! Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
My grande.
Lastly, tip number 10 is to not miss the fireworks show. Spending a whole day at the park will tire you out, but this magical finale will make every bit of energy you spent at the park totally worth it. Watching the fireworks and hearing classic Disney songs makes it impossible not to feel emotional. Suddenly, I'm thinking back to my younger self, glued to the screen, watching Disney shows and singing along to these familiar songs. I imagine how amazed she would be if she knows she'd one day see these characters come to life in person. If you find yourself tearing up, caught up in memories of dreaming big and believing in magic, just let it happen. Embrace it. It's not really just about the fireworks, it's a moment of pure joy and a beautiful reminder that the magic of childhood stays within us, no matter how old we get. Aside from Disneyland, another place you can't skip on your first time in Hong Kong is the Ngongping 360. The best way to enjoy this view is to avail the Crystal Plus cabin, so you can have a 360 degrees view of the Green Mountains as you get transported from Tung Chung to Ngongping Village on Lantau Island.
Oh, yeah.
Once you arrive in Ngongping Village, you can explore an array of attractions including the Ngongping Piazza, where visitors can learn about Chinese culture and admire the monastery. The Big Buddha statue is a short walk away where you can climb up to 268 steps for an up-close view. And if you want a fun side trip, you can also find this mahjong-themed claw machine where you can take fun outfit checks and photos. Or even enjoy a cup of ice cream to beat the heat.
Ngayon pa kami kumakain. Ngayon lang na-record. Sarap, pero hindi siya nilato eh. Yung sarap ng green tea. Dapat ba at least ng green tea. Pero at least try natin pa sa.
After a lot of walking, we finally got to try the famous dim dim sum. People who say this is overhyped is trying to gatekeep because this is by far one of the best hargao that I've ever tasted. And you definitely need to try it too. After 5 days, we are ending this trip with a chill day and some good iced coffee. This is the end of the Hong Kong girls trip. Thank you to these 4 girls for making my first time in Hong Kong really memorable. And for everyone who watched, I hope you had fun on this short and eventful Hong Kong trip. And if you like travel vlogs like this, please check out my other videos as well. I have more travel vlogs coming up, so I'll see you on the next one.
You show up and